It's time for Salem Lady Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media. Before every broadcast, you can hear Tiger Talk, brought to you by Katie Carty and Candy Mink at Looking Glass Salon and Alicia Watson at Flying W Boutique, where head coach Madison Satterley discusses the evening's contest with Stan Stevens. It's now time for Tiger Talk on KSMO Media.
Well, in Tiger Talk, Stan Stevens, Coach Madison Satterley, Coach the Salem Lady Tigers, took on the Potosi Lady Trojans. I would be amiss if I didn't make mention of the JV game and the match that they had their second game for the JV. When they came back from an 18-23 deficit, they rallied, took a 24-23 lead. Then it was 24-24, got the final 2 points to come away with that win. Coach, that was very impressive.
Yes, it was. It was, in the middle of it was giving me a heart attack, but I was very proud of them, of how strong they fight and how determined they are to overcome every point and every challenge ahead of them.
And when you see a younger team do that to get more confidence, that has to make you feel pretty good. But also, I think the varsity girls, obviously they're in the locker room getting ready, but, they have to take a little bit of pride in that too, don't they?
Yes, they do. And they're always proud of whoever's playing, because ultimately it's the whole program, and they'll move up, and maybe they'll play with each other at one point. So they're very proud, and it sets an example for my varsity players, too, of, showing how determined you should be when you're playing and just the wanting to win.
One of the things that happened during the game, and I know you being a former volleyball player had to be appreciative of this, is the Robart girl getting her 1,000th kill, and she's only a junior in 12 games into this year. That's a very impressive feat, is it not, Coach?
Yes, no, it's really impressive, and she's an amazing hitter.
Well, she's also an amazing player. She seems to have very good vision of the floor, does she not?
Yes, she does.
And she knows when to drive the ball, and she can really drive the ball, but also she has that knack of seeing a double block come up. She'll just dink it over, or she'll angle that kill to go across court and get it in very narrow spaces. That takes a lot of practice, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And you can practice it all you want of seeing the court, but also sometimes it just takes, some people got it and some people don't.
Yeah, and obviously playing with a state championship team the previous 2 years, and I remember her starting as a freshman, you get more confidence because you know that there's somebody there, especially in your early years, to back you up. But now, because they had no seniors on that team, Coach, she's kind of their leader, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is.
And that's a big responsibility to put on a junior's shoulders, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but she seems like she's doing well.
So the Lady Tigers did not play all that bad against Potosi, but again, they are defending Class 3 state champions. And when you get ready to play a team like that, and you know that they lost some seniors last year, they're not probably going to be exactly the same team, but they were very, very talented, and there's basically the Robarts girl and the Litton girl, the ones they were setting up most of the time. But when you see a team like that, you know that they've got confidence coming off the previous year, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And when you see that as the team taking them on, does that put added pressure on the girls to try and say, we got to go play perfect? And nobody's ever going to play perfect, but do they feel added pressure to try and absolutely be as perfect as they can because they feel that might be the only way to beat them?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I try not to put any pressure on them of being perfect. I put it more as this is a good team, and we all know that, but you're just as good, and you don't go out there and accept the challenge that's facing you and play as hard as you can. Not necessarily worrying about being perfect, because then when someone is worrying about being super, super perfect, they're going to mess up more and more and more.
Exactly, and that was, I guess, my whole point, because then when you try and be too perfect, you make more mistakes than you would if you just go out there and play the game the best you can.
Yes.
So tonight is your first SCA conference game, and it'll be against the Ava Lady Bears. Ava right now about a 500 team, Coach, but you can't take that for granted in the SCA, can you?
No, you can't.
And when the Lady Tigers play in their third match in 4 days after coming off the tournament, and then right back in another tournament again very shortly, is that something that you like to have? I mean, kind of on a roll. The girls are playing pretty well. You got some momentum going. Do you want to try and keep that going with the a solid game tonight against Ava? And I know you're going to be playing some different players, which is good to see. But how important is it to stay on that roll, Coach?
I think it's really important to stay on the roll of just always going at it, playing your best. But also I know these girls do need rest, and I want them to get rest because it is still like the beginning, if not maybe the middle of season, and we got a long ways to go.
There's always seems to be a lull in the middle of the season because obviously you're not coming to the end of the season where you want to play your best and get ready to go into district play on a high. But still, every single game, especially in the middle parts of your season, Coach, they're mostly SCA conference games.
Yeah, and they're what matter most. So, yes, I do care about these games a lot. But
well, I wish you the very best of luck tonight against the Ava Lady Bears in home SCA conference opener. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned. Lady Tiger Volleyball, it is next.
Thank you, Stan. That's been Tiger Talk with Coach Madison Satterley and Stan Stevens. Tiger Talk has been brought to you as a courtesy of Looking Glass Salon and Flying W Boutique. Stay tuned. Salem Lady Tiger Volleyball is next.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Hi, I'm Susie Cahill, Director of Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. Are you looking for a place to begin your journey to better health? Come inside. Never in my life have I been in another atmosphere where everyone was so friendly and eager to help others. It's not just the staff, it's the members. They're so passionate about what they do and so excited to help you. If you're ready to begin your journey to better health, come by and see us.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by Town & Country Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Town Screen LLC, Taxmasters, Town & Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Joe Brand and Leah Nash, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, United Country Salem Realty, Stephen Patterson Attorney at Law, American Family Insurance, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Carty, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, On the Spot Auto Glass, Ozark Overhead Door, Shelter Insurance, Jet Tire and Auto, The Technology Junkyard, Legends Automotive LLC, Salem License Bureau, Prevention Consultants of Missouri, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Discount Bins, Flying W Boutique, Healthy Dent County, the City of Salem, VIP Properties, Salem Farm Equipment, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Quick Tan and more, Four Rivers Community Health Center and Rocking G Western Trading Post. And now get ready for Salem Lady Tiger Volleyball right here on KSMO Media.
We welcome you to Salem High School Gymnasium. Salem Lady Tigers will take on the Ava Lady Bears in their first SCA contest of the year. Salem coming in with a 4-8 record, and Ava 4-5-1 on the season. And this will be kind of a key matchup to get that SCA schedule underway. You know, Lady Tigers have played some pretty good volleyball in this past week. And even though they fell to the former Class 3 state champions, the Potosi Lady Trojans, they didn't play that badly. They had a few mistakes on the floor, and I hope they get them corrected tonight. But you had to remember, you know, that team coming off that state championship had a lot of quality girls left to go. The Robart girls she just had a fantastic night. And I had her unofficially for 17 kills. Plus, she got the honor of having her 1,000th kill in that game against Salem. Plus, the Litton girl from Potosi also looks to be a future star for them. Just a sophomore, she really was dominating on the front line along with Robart. So between those two girls, Potosi's got a bright future. But tonight, it's an SCA game. And the Tigers will take on the Ava Lady Bears. And both of these teams know very much about each other. So not a lot of surprises tonight that we expect. Thank you first off to the girls at Flying W Boutique and Looking Glass Salon for sponsoring our Tiger Talk. See Alicia, Candy, or Katie, 101 West 4th Street, downtown Salem. And don't forget, too, that our intro to volleyball brought to you by United Country Salem Realty. They have a number of different products that you might want to check out. For example, leasing. Might be wanting to lease a home. Commercial building. Might want to buy one of those. Or maybe you're looking at a single residential home. Or maybe some business property or hunting property. Get in touch with Babette Wills, your broker owner, 573-729-3148, or stop by 605 South Main Street. The scorebook that'll pop up on the bottom of your screen if you're streaming with us is brought to you by Ozark Overhead Doors. Zane does an incredible job for you if you need a new door or if you need repairs done to your current door, or maybe it's just preventative maintenance. I'll get the word out. Locally owned by Zane at Ozark Overhead Door. Give them a call if you need any work done on your door, 314-243-9341. And our instant replay, you see, will be brought to you by Hub's Tire Center tonight. For all of your tire needs, they've got you covered. 573-729-5800, a three-generation family-owned business in Salem. It's Hub's Tire Center. For all your tire needs, state inspection and auto repair. Well, we're glad to have you along here on KSL. Always like to thank our great sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Salem Tiger Sports, just like Jet Tire and Auto in South Park Avenue, 573-729-3650, providing a professional level service with that down-home town feeling. Jet Tire and Auto, locally owned right here in Salem. And also, don't forget that the SACPA fundraiser is going to be September 26th. That's a Friday night at 6 at the Salem Bowling Center. Just 15 team spots are available. It's $200 per team with up to 6 players per team. You need to register in person at the Salem ONCRC or the Salem Chamber office Monday through Friday. Strike, spares, and fun. SACPA fundraiser September 26th, 6 o'clock at the Salem Bowling Center. Right now, we're going to take a 90-second break as we come back for our national anthem on KSMO Media.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Thanks to our amazing sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger Sports and community events. Some of these sponsors include Living the Dream Outdoor Properties of Salem, specialize in all types of outdoor properties. Rocking G Western Trading Post. Visit today for superior service and personalized attention. Thanks to these fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger Sports and community events.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
Well, we welcome you back to Salem High School Gymnasium. Always like to thank the great sponsors making it possible for us to bring you Salem Tiger Sports, like Dent County Farm Supply. They're located at 1716 Scenic Rivers Boulevard to the west. They have feed, fertilizers, mowers, weed eaters, so much more for your farm. Drop on by. Check them out. Locally owned Dent County Farm Supply. Proud to support your Salem Tigers. Salem Tigers in their navy blue uniforms with the black shorts or very navy blue shorts as well. White numbers, white letters on their shirts. For the Ava Lady Bears, they'll be in their black shorts with the blue tops with the white caps on the shoulders. And they're announcing the starting lineup right now. And we'll try and get those as they come in. And then we'll be presenting the seniors as well. So starting out for Ava will be Sophie Valbuzzi. Riley Creston, McKenna Kuntz, Abby Fordner, Claire McDonald, Tessa Dobrovitz, and Samantha Hampton. And for the Salem Lady Tigers, here are their starters for tonight.
Addison Stewart, Jr. Aubriana Hahn, Senior. Josie Howard, Jr. Alexis White, Senior. Taylor Fulton, Senior. Addison Fulton, Senior. Josie Fulton, Senior.
And the libero will be Alexis White. And there you have it, the starters for tonight's game. Salem Tigers are on the right side of your screen if you are watching it. If you are not watching it, they used to have a formula that would kind of give you the idea of where you are. I've never been able to figure out that formula. They said if you're going from right to left, you must be going east to west. That does not always happen. And in this case, it's more north and south than it is east and west. So we will say Salem Tigers on the north side of the net here tonight. Okay, anyway, nonetheless, we'll go with that. Something else to talk about. We got tomorrow night football from Salem High School. We got the 7th, 8th graders playing right now, as a matter of fact, down on the football field. Tomorrow night, the game against Thayer. That game will be starting at 7 o'clock. Do want to remind everybody there'll be no JV game with Thayer on Monday. No JV game with Thayer on Monday. Don't pass that on to you, as we've been informed of that. We're about ready to get this one underway as they check the lineups to make sure they're all good. On the front line will be Croston, as well as Tessa Dobrovitz, and also number 13, which is Greta Honeycutt. I missed Honeycutt on the starters, but she's in there, starting on that front line. So we will get to it. Actually, now Dobrovitz has backed up a little bit, and they put Claire McDonald on the front line. That's all right. Get it right before we get started. Addison Fulton back to serve. Let's get underway. SCA volleyball on KSMO Media, and the first service comes down and plays straight in the air to Dobrovitz, and now they come back for the kill, but playing it there is Howard, getting it over to Stewart, and Hahn plays it deep. Nice dig out there by their libero, but Tigers are ready to get it back. Howard setting it short, taking it down, but played nicely there by Croston. Ava gets it back across. Howard setting it for Fulton, and she gets the kill. Taylor Fulton with the kill. 1-0 Salem. Fulton back to serve again. Service comes across, played up in the air toward the net, dinked across and in by number 17, and that is Tessa Dobrovitz. Abby Fordner goes back, kind of scrapes her foot on the line. I've never seen that before. Maybe that's something superstitious. Riley Croston back to serve for the Ava Lady Bears. Short serves dug out by Fulton. Now to Howard. Back to Fulton, playing it deep. Kept alive there by Fordner, and played across by Ava's number 12, Croston. Tigers get it dinked over. Pushed up in the air and playing it back, going for the kill. And getting the kill is Tessa Dobrovitz. She's got 2. Dobrovitz right down the middle of the floor. Came in, good pass, 2 serving 1 with Ava on top here early on in this best of 5. Riley Croston's service is deep. Played there by Stewart, up to Howard. Howard back setting it for Hahn. It's partially blocked to the net, falls on the Salem side. Getting her hands on that one was Greta Honeycutt, but nobody there to help her out. And we're tied 2-2 here early on in game number 1. Or I should say this first set, to be proper terminology. Abriana Hahn to serve, and service is fairly deep. Played up to the net by Croston, but the Tigers are there, and they're able to get the kill by Fulton. 3 serving 2 just underway. Abriana Hahn back to serve again. Service comes down, played by Fortner, up to the net and going for that kill. Nice dig by the Tigers. Hahn, but she couldn't keep it in bounds. It sailed over the net wide. Getting that kill, wearing number 22, Samantha Hampton. Fortner checks out. Sophia Valbuzzi checks in. Dubrovitz back to serve. Dug out nicely by the Tigers. Comes back across as Hahn digs it out twice. Now comes across to Taylor Fulton. Ball on top of the net, but it never made it over. 4 hits on the Salem side, and it's 4-3 Ava. Dubrovitz back to serve again. 4 serving 3. Dubrovitz services deep. Hahn plays it up in the air to Howard, right in the middle of the floor. Kind of fanned on a little bit, but pushed over by Taylor Fulton. They said at the net, partially blocked, and it's not going to make it. Yes, it did, actually. Nice tip by Fulton. Played back across Honeycutt with a dink, and she gets the point. Nice pass by McDonald to Honeycutt. She just dinks it over, and it's 5-3 Ava. Back to serve Dubrovitz. Comes down to Alexis White. He gets it up to the front. Going for the kill and keeping it alive. It's off the antenna. The ball came back across the net but hit the antenna. It's a point for the Salem Tigers. It's 4 serving 5. Audrey Green in to serve. Hollis also checks in. It comes across to Croston, playing it deep and too deep for Ava is Samantha Hampton. Croston played it up in the air, got the back set by McDonald, and then Hampton sailed it too deep. 5 serving 5, game 1. Green's next service. Kind of caught the Ava defender by surprise. Looked like it sailed on Riley Croston, and that'll be an ace. 6 serving 5, game 1. Ava and Salem, SCA play. Green's next service spins down. Nice dig out by Croston. Keeping it alive and just pushing it across was Valbuzzi. Comes to the Tigers. Fulton, and she gets the kill. The double block effort by Hampton as well as Valbuzzi couldn't pay off. And 3 kills now for Taylor Fulton. 7 serving 5. Green's next service. Played to the net. Slammed down and out of bounds, though, by Walters. Allison had the whole back end, but she went too far off to the left side as she was facing the Ava side. Sailed it out of bounds to the left. Point side out to the Ava Lady Bears. Back to serve will be Kendall Fortner. Comes down to Alexis White going for the kill, and getting the kill is Hollis. Morgan Hollis with the kill. Point side out, Lady Tigers. It is 8 serving 6. Back to serve Taylor Fulton. Taylor, senior. That service right down the middle comes to Fortner. Played across. The Tigers can't play it back, though, as Hampton gets it in front of a diving Fulton. Taylor checks out as Alexis White comes back in. 7 serving 8. In is McKenna Kuntz. Kuntz's serve is a high serve. Comes down to Hahn. Setting it up is Green. A quick set and a beautiful set and kill by Walters. Nicely done, Lady Tigers. Short set, bang, and it was gone as soon as it went up in the air. 9 serving 7 as back to serve goes Addison Stewart. Stewart just 5-4. Plays it over to Fortner. They tip it across. Stewart to Green. Short set again, and again a good kill. This time Addie Fulton with a kill. Didn't get a lot on it, but was able to direct it just where no Ava Bear could be. Stewart ready to serve again. 10 serving 7. Serves it under the net. Looked like she stumbled right at the baseline. I'm not sure that she had her feet or her steps right. Maybe it might be the better word, because her feet really weren't underneath her when she hit the ball. Point side out to Ava, 8 serving 10 as Sophia Valbuzzi back to serve. Serves it across, dig out, nice play. And the Tigers keep it alive and push it across the net. Yes! And Green got that over from a very tough angle that barely made it over, and we ended up with the point. Good effort by Audrey Green to go get that ball right in front of the scorer's bench and backhand it over top of her head, and it just fell on the Ava side. Point side out for Salem as Howard gets ready to come back in. Josie will serve. Hollis also checks out. And that service, a good one, played there by Fortner. They set it up high, trying to dink it in. Was number 17, Dubrovitz, but the Tigers are there. Now Jesse Fulton going for the kill, but dug out nicely by Ava. Back to the net. Howard short set, tipped, and kept alive by Ava. Can they get it back over? Yes, they do. And then a violation called on Ava Lady Bears. A net violation called on number 3. And that is Kendall Fortner. Point for the Lady Tigers. Good volley going there, but Fortner made contact with the net. That service comes down to Fortner. Playing it high. Dubrovitz trying to play it across. Puts it right in the net. Low pass. And it was dug out nicely by McDonald, but they could not get it over the net. And Ava calls timeout. 13-8. Salem Tigers on top. We'll take a 30-second break. Timeout brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Jonah Schaefer. You can give him a call if you need any questions about insurance answered. 573-729-5165. It's Tiger Volleyball at KSMO Media.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
Welcome back, Salem High School gym. That serve done by Howard comes across and going out of bounds with that cross-court attempted kill was number 12, Riley Croston. 14-8, Salem on top, game 1. First set of this best-of-5 match. Howard serves deep and taken by surprise, but keeping it alive and trying to put it over the net, unable to do so, was number 3, and that is Kendall Fortner. So kind of seemed to catch McKenna Kuntz off guard. Howard's next service just off the top of the net. Kuntz takes that one out nicely. Now to Dubrovitz playing it deep, and White can't get there. Point for the Lady Bears. 15 serving 9. Back to serve goes Claire McDonald. McDonald's service comes across, dug out by White. Kept down, played there by Hahn to the net, nobody there. Tigers got caught watching a little bit there as White was able to play it across the net. But McDonald gets the kill. I should say Dubrovitz gets the kill. Next service comes back. Here's White playing it across. There's Jesse Fulton across to Howard, just bumping it over. Playing to the net, McDonald setting it there, trying to dink it across for Ava. Was number 13, Greta Honeycutt, and she gets the point as Salem unfortunately hits it too deep as they get across the net. 11 serving 15. Game 1. McDonald's next service. Sales comes down to Howard. Short set. Nice play made by Kuntz to keep it alive and bumped over by Dubrovitz. There's White to Howard to Fulton, and she blasted right by Fortner's ear for the point. She got a lot of that one going right in front of the bench of Ava. Addie Fulton with the kill. Her second of this set and second of the match. 16 serving 11. Addie goes back to serve. Addison service is deep, played there by Kuntz up to the net to McDonald, and back to Fortner, playing it all just across the net. Howard setting it for Hahn. Abriana pushes it across, but there's McDonald to Fortner, now to Costin, playing it deep, but there's Addison Fulton for Salem, now to Howard. Hahn will play it back deep. Fortner puts it high in the air to McDonald. Short set for Dubrovitz, and she'll get the kill. Put it right into the arms of Taylor Fulton. Point side out, I should say point for the Lady Bears. Back to serve is Riley Crofton. 12 serving 16. That service is low. Dug out, and no Tiger can get to it. Stewart dove for it. Could not elevate it high enough to get it over to Taylor Fulton, and it's an ace for Crofton. 13 serving 16. A softer serve played by White. Up to Howard, sending it high for Fulton. Blocked at the net. Played back. Somebody's got to get there. Howard does. Over to Fulton, playing it across, and there's McDonald. To Fortner, all Chris to Honeycutt, trying to dink it in. There's Taylor Fulton. To Howard, Abriana Hahn. That ball is tipped over, and a point for Ava. So they just tipped it back across the Salem side. At least that's the way it appeared for me. Maybe it did not go over. One way or the other, Ava gets the point. One of the Ava Lady Bears had the tire shoot. That's Samantha Hampton. Crossed it with a serve. It's an ace. That was a nice serve. That ball was just dying right across the net. 15 serving 16. Ava has climbed back in this game. Salem had a 6-point lead. But the Ava Bears in the last two services have come back and closed the gap to 1. Here's Howard. Sending it for Abriana Hahn, playing it deep, played by Fortner to McDonald. Now to Dubrovitz, taking it across. Taylor Fulton to Howard. To Taylor Fulton, trying to dink it in, but Ava's there. To Fortner, now to Honeycutt, trying to dink it in. Tigers can't keep it alive. Josie Howard looked like she stumbled going after that ball. And we're tied at 16, and a timeout called by, I believe, the Salem Tigers and Coach Madison Satterley. Timeout brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Jonah Schaefer. We'll come back in 30 seconds. 16-16 our score in game one. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Welcome back, Salem High School. Jim Crofton has 4 straight points to tie this game up. Don't forget your friends at Farm Bureau Insurance. Bring the start of every match. Willie Strader, your agent. 573-729-4941 at 1414 West Scenic Groves Boulevard. Here's Taylor Fulton playing it deep. Fortner plays it to McDonald. All the way across to Honeycutt for the kill. There's White for Salem. Now to Howard. Back setting it for Taylor Fulton, and that ball is just out. Oh, it said deflected off the fingertips at the net. Point for the Salem Lady Tigers and side out. Didn't see that at the net initially. Ball went over by about a foot, but they said it did strike one of the Lady Ava Bears. Crossed it, placed it up to the net to McDonald. Setting it there for Dubrovitz, playing it down the side, but there's White. Back to the net for Taylor Fulton. Off the deflection. Goes back to Crofton. Now to Honeycutt. Played across. Nice dig by White to keep it alive, and then Taylor will push it across. Fortner to the net. McDonald setting it there for Dubrovitz. Blocked back down by the Salem Lady Tigers, and they can't play it out. McDonald pushed that ball up in the air, but Fortner could not get to it. I think I said McDonald. Hampton actually played that ball on the side that Fortner could not get to. 18 serving 16. Abriana Hahn with her next service. It's deep and played there by Crofton. Come back and across. Hampton plays it deep. Tigers keep it alive. Spin it back across. And then the two Tigers almost collide going for that. As Salem kind of got caught out of position because of the diving efforts. How much you can do when you are giving it all you got, but got you out of position. Back to serve now goes to Dubrovitz. 17 serving 18. Dubrowic's service is an ace. Taylor Fulton did not get underneath that one, and guys sometimes get down on those knees and get low, and she didn't do it reaching down, and that's an ace. 18-18 our score. We're in the first set. This next service comes down. Taylor pushes it up to Howard. Howard, the short set, just trying to dink it across was Allison Walters. But now coming back across, Salem Tigers will get him bumping it over is Jesse Fulton. Played there by Dubrowitz to McDonald, setting it in the middle, trying to dink it in was number 4, Valbuzzi. Tigers go for the kill and play it right into Croston. Now comes back to Honeycutt for that kill. She's got it. The Tigers had the chance, but hit the ball right at Croston deep. 2 feet either way, that's a point. But Croston got it up, and Ava gets the kill. 19 serving 18. Ava with the lead. That service comes down soft. Played there by Fulton to the net, pushed over by Josie Howard. It first falls in. Nobody moved on the Ava side. They got caught flat-footed. 19-19. Sometimes those soft dinks over by the center catches everybody by surprise as they're trying to prepare for who she's going to pass it to. 19-19 our score. Here's Green. The service comes to Croston. To the net to McDonald. Playing it high across for Hampton. Hampton missed it. Put it right in the net. Point for the Lady Tigers. Hampton on that left side came in. Just did not get that ball up. Get that back. Green with a service. Dug out by Fordner to McDonald. And bumping it over is Honeycutt. There is the Tigers tipping it at the net as the pass comes up to the net. Again, bad pass by the Lady Tigers as Jovi Gallagher had the pass up to the net. But then another pass went underneath the net. So 20-20 our score as a point side out goes to Ava. And it is Kendall Fortner back to serve. That's a short serve. And again, Salem does not react quick enough. And point on the ace. A timeout called by Coach Satterley. 21-20, Ava on top. First set. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. That break brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Jonah Schaefer. And you can call Jonah at 573-729-5165. Back at 30 seconds. Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
It's only because of our sponsors we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these great sponsors include Legends Automotive LLC, Salem License Bureau, Fly & W Boutique, the City of Salem, Salem Farm Equipment, VIP Properties, as well as Quick Tan and more. Be sure to thank these sponsors the next time you see them. It's only because of them we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
Back to play. Green sets it for Walters. She gets the kill, and we're tied at 21. Again, nicely done by our Lady Tigers. Addison Fulton checks in. Alexis White goes out. Taylor Fulton ready to serve. Service comes right down the middle. Goes to Fortner. Play it to the middle of the net where Valbuzzi puts it across. Taylor Fulton to Green. Now it comes across trying to dink it in, and doing so is Addie Fulton. 22-21, Salem on top. Taylor Fulton back to serve again. This is the first set, and a timeout called by Ava and Coach Brandy Harville. 22-21, timeout brought to you by your friends at American Family Insurance and the Crossroads Shopping Center. You can give them a call at 573-729-5165. Talk to Mr. Schaefer, Jonas Schaefer. He can help you out. We're going to take a 30-second break and return. 22-21 Salem. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Don't wait any longer for great dental care. Four Rivers Community Health Center specializes in helping individuals and families with Medicaid insurance. Need help applying for Medicaid? We have community health workers and navigators to make the process easy. Even if it's been years since you last visited the dentist, we can help. Our comfortable office, compassionate team, and minimally invasive treatments will help you feel completely at ease. Four Rivers Community Health Center. Your community, your health.
Well, while we're away on break, Hampton gets the kill on a nice set by McDonald. And we're tied 22-22. Point side out as McKenna Coots goes back to serve. This is the first set. Short serve, dug out, and into the net by Fulton. Ava is just picking on that short area, and they've done it now. They've got 4 aces in that one area, and Salem's going to have to make some adjustments here. Dig out by Addy. This one a little bit harder. Tigers get a chance at it on that side. They get the point on the kill by Hollis. Addison Fulton got just enough to get that pass up. The pass goes across to Hollis. She gets the kill. That's her second of this match. And we're tied 23-23. Addison Stewart back to serve. Her service off the top of the net, played there by Fortner, kept alive by McDonald, and pushing it over is Croston. Tigers are there. Back set, bad set there by Green. Trying to do a back set, and that gives Ava the chance for the game point here. Audrey really too close over there to back set it, but they had a little play going. It just didn't work. Now the service comes down, dug out and put to the net, kept alive, pushed over by Hahn. Ava has it there. McDonald sets it all the way across for Croston, who puts it across. Green to Stewart, now to Hollis for the kill, just pushing it across. McDonald short set, pushing it back and played back and beyond the reach of Smith by Hahn. And that will do it. Ava wins game 1 by a score of 25-23. We've got at least 2 more sets to come. Let's see what the Tigers can do in game 2. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break and come back. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield, we're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Martin in Salem.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529. With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
For surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's only because of our sponsors we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these sponsors include Town and Country Bank, one of America's best regional banks in 2025 as ranked by Newsweek. United Country Salem Realty, Hub's Tire Center, On the Spot Auto Glass, Ozark Overhead Door, Looking Glass Salon, and the Technology Junkyard. Thanks to these sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
Love to thank the great sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Lady Tiger Volleyball and Salem Tiger Football and other events, like your friends in the Salem License Office, 1104 South Main Street, the Crossroads Shopping Center. If you have questions about the right types of licensing of your vehicles, trailers, boats, whatever it might be, feel free to stop on by or give them a call, 573-729-8305. Your friends at the Salem License Office, proud to support your Lady Tigers. It'll be Ava starting out with a serve. Claire McDonald with the first service comes back to White. Getting it over to Howard, who pushes it across, and right down the line with a kill is Jessie Fulton. Point side out, Lady Tigers. So Ava wins game 1. 25-23. It's a best of 5. Still a long way to go in this match. Addie Fulton to serve it. Laying it straight into Dubrovitz. Pushing it over is McDonald. Set there by Howard. Now to Abriana Hahn. Playing it across to the Fortner girl. Now it comes back across, dug out by Howard. Pushing it back. Stewart played across by the Tigers Fulton. Now comes back for Dubrovitz. Going for the kill, but she missed it deep. Point for the Lady Tigers. Ava plays a 5-1 with McDonald doing all the serving. Look like Salem right now is playing a 5-1 with Howard as their setter. That service comes down, dug out by Fortner, pushed across, and Honeycutt for the kill. It didn't go across. It was blocked down by Salem. Here's Taylor Fulton to Howard, setting it for Jessie off the net, and did not make it over the net. They said it was not blocked. It was not over the net. One serving two. Ava back with the ball. Riley Croston with the service. Comes down to Fulton. Howard setting it back for Taylor. Going for the kill and dug out nicely by Fortner. And now Honeycutt trying to play it across. Now Howard back to Stewart. Pushing it deep. Fortner to McDonald. Trying to set it short. Pushed across there by Hampton. Tigers keep it alive. And Taylor Fulton will bump it over. Fortner setting it for McDonald. Across the floor to Honeycutt. Plays it over. There is Alexis Smith. She gives it over to Howard. Now to Hahn. Dinks it in. Two different Ava girls started to go for it. Both started to go down. Then they both pulled back up. Point for the Lady Tigers. It'll be 3 serving 1. Abriana Hahn back to serve. Hahn's service comes down, played straight up by Croston. Back it goes to Fortner, playing it off the net. But there's Howard back to the net and slammed down by Walters. What a play by Allison Walters. That ball looked like it might be going just over the net. And she has turned around and whacked it into the, I should say, right almost against the sideline. What a nice kill by Walters. Service comes across, played back to Dubrovitz, partially tipped to the net. Howard over to Alexis, now back to Abriana. She pushed it right in net. Point side out for Ava. It's 2 serving 4 as Dubrovitz goes back to serve. Tessa Dubrovitz. Where's number 17? Plays that one across, dug out by Abriana Hahn. Now to Howard. Now to Walters, and a nice play by Dubrovitz to keep it alive on the dink over. Playing it back to Walters again, this time off the hands of Croston and out of bounds. The kill for Walters. 5 serving 2 as the point side out comes back to Salem. Audrey Green will come in. Audrey's service comes down, played there by Fortner to the net. McDonald trying to tip it down, but a block kill by the Salem Tigers. Combination of Walters and Taylor Fulton. Six serving 2, game 2. Green's next service. Cross to place it high in the air to McDonald. All the way across to Hampton for that kill. But there's Abriana Hahn. Now to Green to the net for Fulton. Plays it deep. Salem was celebrating like it went off a hand, but I did not see that, and the official did not see that either. Point side out to Ava. Coming in is Kendall Fortner. So you have 2 Fortners in there. You got Abby Fortner, the libero, and Kendall, who wears number 3. Pass comes to the net to Green. Pushed it off the net, kept alive, and bumped up high in the air to Hampton. Hampton going for the kill. Dug out nicely by Taylor Fulton, and White will just bump it over. Croston to McDonald. The short set trying for that kill and getting it. Number 4, Sophia Valbuzzi. There was a lot of open space there, and Valbuzzi found it. 4 serving 6. Fortner's service comes to Walters. Quick set, pushing it down off Croston. Kept alive by Fortner and bumped over by Valbuzzi. Play to the net. Green, short set for Walters, pushing it down. But again, kept alive by Fortner. Now Hampton plays it across, but Green's there to Hollis. Now in the middle for the Tigers. Fulton didn't do much to get there. Valbuzzi at the net, blocked there by Walters. They'll try it again for Hampton. She goes for it, partially tipped, kept alive by Hahn. Green, cross for Taylor Fulton. She's got it. Right down the line. Nice pass by Green, and Taylor hit it right in stride, right down the sideline. Taylor Fulton to serve. Ball tipped over, not over the net. Fortner tried to play it. The ball was deflected at the net. Hampton tried to tip it last, but it was not high enough. And a point for the Lady Tigers. That'll be an ace for Taylor. Plays another one that cannot be corralled by Fortner. Back-to-back aces for the Tigers. 9 serving 4, game 2 of this 5-game match. First set went to Ava. Fortner passes across, going to Valbuzzi. Partially blocked at the net, comes down to the Tigers. Going for it is Hollis, and it's blocked there on a block kill by Valbuzzi. Tigers had it set pretty well, but a good job by Valbuzzi at the net to slam it down. Kuntz with the serve. They set it now for Hollis. Hollis goes too deep. Morgan Hollis has that reach, just has to get a little more arch in that back. Service is soft, comes to Taylor Fulton. I should say Addie Fulton. Coming back, trying to dink it down. Goes off the arms of Ava, and they'll bump it off the net. Kept alive at the net, and trying to push it across was Green. It comes back to Croston, going cross court, but there's Alexis White. Back setting it for Hollis this time, but played there by Fortner to McDonald. In the middle to Croston, but the Tigers are there. They're set for Fulton, and she gets the kill off the deflection at the net by McDonald. Addie Fulton with the kill, her 4th of the match and 1st of this set. 10 serving 6 as Addison Stewart checks in. She'll go to serve. Stewart's service, just a very short one. It's going to end up being an ace. Nice dig out by Fortner, but a nice serve by Stewart to get the ace. 11 serving 6. Next one comes across, played there by Abby Fortner. They get it to net for Valbuzzi, but there's White in the back. They back set it for Hollis going down the sideline, but played to the net by Kuntz. Tipped and blocked down by Fulton, and the Tigers get the point. The block kill for Addie Fulton at the net. And it's 12-6 Salem. Timeout called by Coach Brandy Harville. Salem has 12. Ava has 6. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. The break brought to you as a courtesy of American Family Insurance Agent Jonah Schaefer. And you can get in touch with him at 1104 South Main Street in Salem in the Crossroads Shopping Center. Back in 30 seconds. Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
Welcome back, Salem High School. Don't forget tomorrow night, high school football from Bill Schuchart Stadium. Salem versus Thayer. And that game will get underway at 7 o'clock. We'll have it here on KSMO Media. High pass comes across to Croston, blocked out at the net, but pushed back to Fortner. Puts it up high, going for Croston. Again, a block kill for the Salem Lady Tigers. The Hollis and Fulton combination. 13, serving 6. As Stewart now has four straight points. As Fortner pushes it up to the net, pushed over there by McDonald. Here's Green setting it for Hahn, trying to dink it in, but there is the other Fortner. Now back to Valbuzzi. Here is Green trying to tip it back. I don't know really what Audrey was trying to do there. Looked like she was trying to deflect it over the net and end up pulling it back. Point side out to Ava. Maybe she changed her mind or got too close to the net, not sure. 7 serving 13. Valbuzzi with the service comes to Hollis. Now to Green. And bumping it over is Alexis White. Comes across. They set it now for Dubrovitz, and she'll get the kill. Had to wait for her to clear the official's chair to see who it was, but it's Dubrovitz getting it off of Alexis White. And Ava has closed the gap to 5. 13 for Salem, 8 for Ava. The service by Valbuzzi. Here's Green setting it for Hahn down the sideline. Nice play back by Fortner. Bumped over by Kuntz. Hollis to the net. Green short set going for the kill, but kept alive by Ava and pushed back over by Dubrovitz. And now had to play it off the light fixture. Salem Tigers just bumping across. Fortner kind of fanned on it, and that's going to give Salem the point. Kendall Fortner going backwards, kind of lost her balance, or maybe was just caught in between steps. But she could not control that down the line shot. And a point for the Salem Tigers, side out to Salem. Beginning of each game, remember, is brought to you by your friends at Farm Bureau Insurance. Your agent is Willie Strader, and if you have questions, get in touch with Willie, 729-4941, or drop by 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. Well, Howard comes in and promptly gets an ace. 15-8 our score. Josie's next service is deep. Played there by Kuntz up to the net to Dubrovitz going for the kill, but there is White. High set for Abriana going down low, but dug out nicely by Fortner. Played deep again. White to the net to Howard, trying to short set it, but she got in the way. She walked right into the path of Addison Fulton, who she was trying to set it for. Point and side out for Ava. 9 serving 15. Claire McDonald back to serve. She's their setter. That service a good one. Played there by White, but nobody can get there. Salem overloaded the right side of the floor, and that's where the pass went to, and there's only one person get there, but Howard, she couldn't make it. Comes back to Stewart, pushes it across the net. They back set it for McDonald. Back to Croston, going for the kill, but she missed it high. Goes out of bounds. Point for the Lady Tigers. 16-10, Salem on top. Back to serve, Addison Fulton. 6-foot senior. 16 serving 10. Comes down to Dubrovitz. Now to McDonald, backside for Dubrovitz, and she gets the kill. That was a little bit too easy. Well done by Ava, but almost too easy. No block at the net by the Salem Lady Tigers on that particular kill. Back to serve is Croston. Comes to Fulton. Comes back in the pass. Jesse Fulton couldn't get it by Howard. Another point for Ava. Salem making some unforced mistakes here. Couple of bad passes. As Croston back to serve. Very soft serve comes down. Dug out by the Tiger Stewart. She has to get out of the way and play deep, and it's on the line. White just bumped it deep, and it fell on the line in the corner. As Salem gets the point. Stewart did a great dive to keep that ball alive, but then was right in the middle of the floor in a very precarious position. Dubrovitz fields that serve, comes across to the net, and nobody can get it. They're going to give the point. They're going to give the point to Ava because Walters went into the net.
Walters got a little bit over exuberant. That ball was not going to make it over, and she reached over and hit the net. So Ava gets the point. Again, a little small mistake, but they all start adding up. 13 serving 17. Dubrovitz with the serve, comes down to Fulton. Howard setting it for Walters. She gets that kill. Allie crushed that one. She's got 4 kills in this set alone. Green and Hollis will come back in. Jesse, Fulton, and Howard will check out. 18 serving 13. Audrey Green, the 5'8" sophomore, plays it to Fortner. To McDonald, setting it back, setting it for Honeycutt. And that's going to be a point for the Salem Tigers on the block kill by Fulton, Taylor Fulton, and Walters. And Coach Harville will burn a timeout. 19-13, Salem on top, back at 30 seconds. Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
Our timeout brought to you as a courtesy of Jonah Schaefer and American Family Insurance. Remember, take the time out to review the assets of your home to make sure you're properly covered. Get in touch with Jonah, 1104 South Main Street. Next service by Green, played by Fortner to the net. High pass for Hampton, who plays it deep. There's Hahn for Salem. Now to Green, setting it for Hollis on a flat foot surface. Does get it over the net, back to Hampton, and now Honeycutt will bump it across. White to Green. To Walters, pushing it down and in. Allison Walters with 5 kills in this second set alone. 20 serving 13. This is the second set. Ava won game 1, 25-23. Service comes to Fortner. Played by McDonald, back to Croston and down the corner. That's a good kill. That was a heck of a job by Croston to get that ball down in the corner just to get it back across the net. And the point side out for the Lady Bears, as coming back in as Kendall Fortner. Soft service play there, but not high enough by Walters. You got to elevate it when you go down. Allison did, got down low enough, and just didn't elevate it high enough for anybody to help. That's another ace. Ava with 5 aces in this game. That one served deeper. White playing it up to Green. They set it for Walters, blacked at the net. Played back over and too deep by Hampton. Samantha Hampton all alone with the whole floor in front of her. Put it out of bounds, too deep. Break for the Salem Lady Tigers. Taylor Fulton in to serve. 21 serving 15. That service to Fortner, playing it to McDonald. Short set for Valbuzzi, and that's in. Valbuzzi seemed to fool the Lady Tigers. It looked like Abriana Hahn was actually going the other way, so I don't know if that ball did change directions, but nonetheless, a pretty easy kill for Ava. Well done by the Lady Bears. Kuntz with that service. Comes down to Walters, to Green, back to Walters for the kill. Pushed across, but kept alive by McDonald. And now Croston bumps it over. Hahn to Green. High set for Fulton. Blocked down, but pushed back across. They say, no, that wasn't blocked. Now, they're going to say, Ava. Looked like that ball hit a hand to me, but the official up there said no. So it's 4 hits on the Salem side as the ball hit by Addison Fulton, so it was not blocked. It actually hit the net. Croston with a service. Comes over to Green, puts it in the middle of the floor for Walters for the kill, but playing it there is Fortner. A back across. Croston playing it deep. It's out of bounds. Point side out for Salem. They lead it by 5 points, 22 serving 17. Addison Stewart, who ran off 5 points, made that 4 points. earlier in this set. She serves again. Puts it in the net. Kept alive, and Valbuzzi going for the kill. Was partially blocked at the net. The pass is set up and pushing it deep and in. Off of Abby Fortner's hands. The kill for Addie Fulton. Her third of this set. 23 serving 17. This is the second of the best of 5. Ava with the first win. That service off the net. Point side out to Ava. Valbuzzi back to serve. Sophia Valbuzzi. She is a senior for the Ava Lady Bears. Her service comes across. Hollis puts it up high in the air to Green. Now comes across for Abriana Hahn. It's blocked down. The block kill by Ava. Dubrovitz, I believe, got that along with McDonald. And it's 19 serving 23. Valbuzzi's next service. That is in. That's an ace. 20 serving 23. Valbuzzi to serve again. Her service is again deep. Play there at the last second by White. And now pushed across by Hahn. Ava has it. McDonald short setting it for Dubrovitz, but the Tigers are there. Green sending it for Hahn, playing it deep. Pushed up to the net. Pushed high by Dubrovitz and pushed across and in by Croston. And now Ava has crawled back to within 2 points. 21-23. Talk about those little mistakes in every game. Every coach knows it can be a game changer. Valbuzzi with the service. Comes down to Stewart. To Green. Hollis plays it in the middle of the floor. Coming back to Croston for the kill. Blocked down by Addie Fulton for the block kill. Beautifully done by Addie. Jesse Fulton and Howard check in. Josie Howard back to serve. Game point for Salem. 24 serving 21. Howard's service right down the middle. Played by Fortner to the net. They set it for Dubrovitz going for the kill, and it's too far. And the Salem Tigers take game 2 by a score of 25-21. We'll take a 2.5-minute break and come back with a third of our best of 5 in a moment. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Bundle auto, home, and life and save up to 25%. American Family Insurance.
It's only because of our incredible sponsors we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. A couple of those sponsors include Discount Bins in Salem. Discount Bins has truckloads of new merchandise each week, and the prices drop every day until they're gone. Jet Tire and Auto, Salem's only licensed Lucas Oil Service Center. Drive in today at 800 South Park Avenue right here in Salem. Thanks to these fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
The Bank of Salem was founded in 1883 on the principles of local ownership, a commitment to the people of our community, local decisions, and a conservative approach to banking. As one of the oldest locally owned banks in the Ozarks, we've had the privilege to serve generations of local families. We pride ourselves on dedication to our customers and the people of Dent County, and we take pride in being an important part of it for years to come. The Bank of Salem, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Town & Country Supermarkets. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available. Then clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop in the store for your favorite items, then tell us your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan this QR code to learn more and start saving more today.
Welcome back to the Salem High School Gymnasium. Stan Stevens with you here in the KSMO Media team. Well, 1-1 is our score as far as sets are concerned. As we get ready to start game 3, or the third set. And each set is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Willie Strader. Remember, for the small business community, they've got answers for the right types of insurance for you. They've got you covered. 573-729-4941, 1414 West Scenic Girls Boulevard. That is Farm Bureau Insurance. I'd like to thank the friends at On the Spot Auto Glass, being a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Check them out on Facebook, or you can call them 573-247-3608. You know what they do is exactly in their name. They change out your auto glass on the spot. On the Spot Auto Glass, 573-247-3608. Proud to support your Lady Tigers. At Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center, Dr. Ashley Cunningham's a proud supporter of your Lady Tigers. For all your animal health care needs, be it livestock or pets, get in touch with Dr. Ashley. 573-729-4031, or drop by 900 West Scenic Girls Boulevard. That's your friends at Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center. About ready to start game 3 here on this best-of-5 matchup. Everybody's all set to go. Salem will serve first. Ava won the first one, 25-23. Salem just won the second one, 25-21. And we start the third one. Here's Dubrovitz to the net. Doesn't make it out, but kept alive. But a net violation called on Salem's Walters. That's 2 on her tonight that she's gotten into the net. 1 on a point that would have been Salem's. This time, that ball would have been Salem's probably as well. The ball did not get over the net. 1-0 Ava on top. Ball tipped down, played there by Howard, back to the net. And it's going to be a point for Dubrovitz. Ball is right at the twine. Salem couldn't get there. It's 2-0 Ava. Every coach will tell you, team with less mistakes will win the match. That service by Croston was in the net. Point side out to the Salem Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers will be in a Kabul Invitational Tournament this Saturday. We wish Coach Satterley and our Lady Tigers the best down at that tournament. Audrey Green back to serve. It's 1-2. Green's service, nicely done. Played by Dubrovitz, comes to the net to Fortner, pushing it back to Hampton. Hampton plays it across too short. Underneath the net it goes, and we're tied 2-2. Green goes back to serve. Audrey's service comes down, played by Dubrovitz to the net. Tipped at the net by Hahn, and she gets a block kill. Abriana with a block kill right here, and right at the net, up against Dubrovitz. 3 serving 2. Green's next service plays deep. Played there by Dubrovitz, straight to the air to McDonald. Back toward the net to Hampton, pushing it across. Tigers do keep it alive. Stewart over to Jesse. And that's played back by Croston. Into the middle of the floor. Croston will play it deep. Diving forward is White, keeping it alive. And Hahn will play it deep. Played there by Fortner. To McDonald, the middle of the floor to Dubrovitz, partially blocked. Kept alive by White with a great reach. Back it comes to McDonald. Back setting up for Dubrovitz off the hand of Green and out of bounds. 3-3 our score. Good volleying there. Heck of a save by Alexis White on a ball behind her. Reached back, deflected. Kept the play alive for the moment. Tessa Dubrovitz with the serve comes down. White to the net. Green short set for Walters, the kill. That's becoming a very reliable combination. Allison Walters with unofficially 5 kills in the last just over 1 game. 4 serving 3 for Adriana Hahn. She flips it down to Fortner. Sitting in there for McDonald across for Hampton. Going for the kill. She's got it. Samantha Hampton with a cross-court kill. Going from left to right, back in the far corner. 4-4 the score as Kendall Fortner will go back to serve. She wears number 3, just a freshman. Kendall serves a short and too short. Point side out, Lady Tigers have a 5-4 lead. White will check out, Walters will check out. No, White's gonna stay in. Got the Fulton sisters on the line. 5 serving 4. Alexis White with that service. Comes down, dug out nicely by Fortner, comes across to Hampton, and it goes off of the fingertips of Addison Fulton and falls to the floor. We're tied 5-5. Point side out to Ava. Back to serve. Number 21, McKenna Kuntz. Service is deep. Play there by Hahn up to the net. Somebody's got to get to it. Nobody did. Addison Fulton looked like she was waiting for it at the net, but on your third hit, you have to go get the ball. And she waited for Taylor, trying to get there, could not. 6-5. It's Ava on top. There's a nice effort pushed across the net. A dive by Taylor. Comes back in the middle of the floor, and Kuntz pushes it across, but that's out of bounds. Point side out, Lady Tigers. This one's just seesawing back and forth. Nobody taking control. Howard and Hollis come in. Green checks out. Jesse Fulton checks out. 6 serving 6. This is the third set. Howard service. Nice serve. Comes down. Kept alive at the net. Tipped over. There's Howard pushing it back. Tipped back behind her by Addison Fulton. They save it for Valbuzzi, but that side is partially blocked. Comes back to Hahn playing it deep. Pushed there by Ava. I believe that was Croston. Comes to the net. Going for the kill is Taylor Fulton. She's got it. Right down the sideline. Couple nice defensive and offensive plays by both teams. 7 serving 6. Howard back to serve. Down the side he goes. That's an ace. That ball was well placed right down the sideline. Diving effort by number 2. And that's the libero, Abby Fortner. But that ace for Howard. Falls to the net, tipped across, pushed up high by Hollis to White. Now across to Fulton, and Taylor's got another. Taylor Fulton with her second kill. 9-6 Salem. As long as you serve good, you got a chance for points. Howard back to serve again. This service sails a little bit, goes off Fortner to McDonald, up high for Croston, playing it deep, and that's in. Caught Howard in the middle of the floor. It was a good play by Croston to get that ball in deep. Adriana went for it, but could not get there in time. Point for the Lady Bears, and Valbuzzi will serve up. Sophia. Her serve comes across to White. Now to Green, short set, going for that kill is Addie Fulton, and she gets it. Ten serving 7, point side out to Lady Tigers. Ball went up into the stands. They had to fetch it back down. Salem and Thayer tomorrow night football action from the high school football field, Bill Schuchart Stadium. 7 o'clock game time, 6:35 pregame show with Tiger Talk and Coach Neil Myers. Service by Taylor Fulton comes to Fortner. Now to McDonald, to Dubrovitz, trying to tip it in. Ball back, tipped to the air, and Hahn will bump it over. Played there by Fortner. Back setting it for Dubrovitz, going for the kill, and she's got it. Again, Salem touching the net violation. as the point anyway for the Ava Bears. Point side out. 8 serving 10. Third set of a best of 5. Salem and Ava each with 1 win. Claire McDonald service. It's an ace. Wow. 9 serving 10. I'm not sure if Salem's not having some issues seeing that ball when it gets to a certain length, because they just don't seem to be picking that one up. Here it comes back to Stewart. To Howard, back setting it for Hollis for the kill, but it right in the net. 10-10. Morgan Hollis did not elevate that ball, got it down into the net. And Ava has come back to tie it 10-10 here in this third set. McDonald with the next service comes across. Stewart up high now to Howard. Putting it to Hahn, pushing it down the line. A diving effort by Fortner to keep it alive and bumped over by Dubrovitz. Here's Howard setting it for the Tiger player, Fulton, but she got that blocked, kept back by Ava. Now going deep was Hollis, put back. There's White, back to Howard, back to Hollis, pushing it deep. There's Fortner to play it to the net. McDonald short setting for Dubrovitz, blocked down but kept alive by Ava for the moment. It's a Salem point on the block kill by Addie Fulton. (11-10) Salem Tigers. Addison's service spins down to Dubrovitz, comes to the net, tipped over, kept alive, but nobody's going to be there. Walters tried to anticipate that and tried to cut it off right as it came to the net. Unfortunately, it came across anyway. It kind of hit the side of her hand, and the Tigers could not field it. 11-11 our score. Crofton with a service, comes to Hahn. They set it up for Walters, blocked at the net. Actually pushed into the net. Point for Ava. And Ava takes the lead. They had a 2-0 lead early in this game. Riley Crofton with a service. Comes over to Hahn. Now to Howard. Short set for Walters. That ball did look like it hit a hand, but official says no. Point for Ava. Very close to an attempted block there by Ava. It did look like from our angle it struck a hand, but the head official says no. Crofton with another soft serve. Played there by Stewart, and Hahn will have to play it across. Pushed up by Crofton to McDonald. They set it for Honeycutt, going for the kill. Partially blocked, comes down to White. Back setting it for Hollis, playing it in the middle of the floor. McDonald getting it across to Hammond, and they just try and bump it over. It goes off the net and off the hands of Walters past Stewart. Another point for Ava, and a timeout called by Coach Satterley. Ava Bears have rallied to take a 14-11 lead here in the third set. And we're going to take a break. We do want to thank our friends at Legends Auto for being a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. 500 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem, 573-729-2884. They'll keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape and keep you safe on the road. Timeout brought to you by American Family Insurance Agent Jonah Schaefer. Back in 30 seconds. Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
(14 serving 11). Crofton to serve 3 straight points. Riley will try and keep that streak going for the Ava Lady Bears, who lead it by 3. And that one is in. Another ace. Salem again. Went right over the head of Stewart. I'm not even sure she saw it. The way she reacted, I didn't see it until it got right on her. 15 serving 11. Service comes down, played there by Hahn. Up to Howard. Howard back to Hahn. Ariana gets it across to Dubrovitz, to McDonald, to Dubrovitz for the kill. Blocked back, put up to the net, tipped down and in by Dubrovitz. Salem getting outplayed at the net here in the last few points by the Ava Lady Bears. Salem does not have their tallest team in at the net. As Croston puts it down, Hollis plays it to the net to Howard, back to Hollis, going for the kill. It's blocked down. Comes back to Stewart, now back to Hollis, going for that kill in the back corner. Nice shot by Morgan Hollis. First one got blocked. She changed her angle a little bit, went back over the left shoulder of Samantha Hampton and got it to go in front and right next to Miss Fortner. Abby back there couldn't get to it. Point side out, Lady Tigers. They still trail it by 4. Here's Audrey Green. That service comes down, and that's an ace. Croston could not handle it. Green gets the ace. Her second of the match, first of this set. 13 serving 16. Next service comes down, played by Dubrovich to the net. McDonald for Dubrovich, trying to push it down. Kept alive and bumped over by Stewart. Fortner to the net to McDonald, across to Honeycutt for the kill. And that's in off the hands of Walters and Jesse Fulton. Point side out to Ava. Sophia Valbuzzi checks back in. Tessa Dubrovich back to serve. Her service is soft. Played there by Jesse. Comes back to her, going for the kill. Played there by Croston up high in the air. Dubrovich to Honeycutt, just pushing it across. And the Tigers, Green, can't play the ball. Ball was just dinked across, and she dove for it, but did not get underneath it and did not elevate the ball. Point for Ava. Say, coaches always know you win. The one who wins is the one who makes less mistakes. Right now, Salem making more mistakes in this particular set than Ava. Ball coming down, played there by White to Green and bumped over by Hahn. Dubrovich to McDonald, setting it shortly for Valbuzzi, and that's in. Valbuzzi gets the kill. 19-13 Ava. Dubrovich back to serve again. That service comes down, put back to the net, an easy block kill for Valbuzzi as Walters gave it right to her at the net. (20-13) Ava. All right, now starting to run away with this one. Service comes back to White, pushing it up to Green, and back to Hahn. Hahn plays it deep, played there by Dubrovich. To McDonald, setting it for Hampton. Played there by Jesse, and it's pushed up high in the air by Green and pushed back across by Stewart. The short set for Valbuzzi. She gets another kill. 21-13, Ava on top. Right down the middle. 21-13. Dubrovich with another serve. And that's deep. Point side out, Lady Tigers. Tigers net play on that last series, not very good. Nor was the passing. Tigers got to pull their bootstraps up. Trailing it by 7. 21 serving 14. The service come back off Fortner, and they try and keep it alive. They cannot. That'll be an ace. (21-15) Ava on top here, and this is the third set. Hahn serving for Salem. This service, softer one. Played there by Croston to McDonald, now to Hampton. Playing it deep in the corner and past White and in. 22-15, a cross-court kill would have been in. So back to serve now is Kendall Fortner. Her service, a short serve, played there to the net, tipped over, and not making it over was McDonald. Green got it over the net on a deflection, and then McDonald just pushed it right into the twine. Point side out for the Lady Tigers. They need a run here. as Alexis White goes back to serve. She's a senior, 5'3". That service comes across, played there by Fortner to McDonald. Now to Croston, playing it deep. Hahn to Green. Short setting it for Addie Fulton, who gets the dink. Nice dink by Addie Fulton over top of Hampton right at the net. 17 serving 22. Salem needs a run here. See if Alexis can do it. That service comes down right to Fortner to McDonald. Back setting it for Valbuzzi, and that's in the corner. Little circle kill. Valbuzzi went from the left side to the right, came across. Salem did not defend that at the net, and it's an easy kill. 23 serving 17. McKenna counts with her service. Comes down to the Tigers and trying to push it across and not being able to do so was Taylor Fulton. Game point for Ava. This is the third set. Short serve. Taylor Fulton to Green to Addie Fulton. Partially blocked. Pushed back to the net. Crossed it down out Valbuzzi. Partially blocked. Pushed there by White to Green. Pushed up high to Taylor Fulton. And that is in on the line. Just in on the line. Line judge not very definitive about that flag, but it's a point for Salem. Now it's up to Josie Howard to run off at least 6 straight points. Comes back to Fortner, pushing it to McDonald. Now to Valbuzzi, he'll push it over. Here's Howard. Setting it there for the Tigers, Fulton, but not making it across. Valbuzzi for the kill. There's Hahn deep to Howard. Setting it now for Taylor Fulton. That's good. That's 1 of 6. Kill for Taylor. It'll be 19 serving 24. Howard's next service comes down to Fortner, and that'll be an ace. $24 for Ava, 20 now for Salem. Remember in volleyball, you got to win by 2. Howard's next service comes down, played low by Counts. Comes to the net, tipped down by the Salem Tigers, but pushed back across. And a net violation called on the Ava Lady Bears. That will be on Valbuzzi. And the Salem Tigers have closed the gap to 3. 24 for Ava, 21 for Salem, and a timeout called by Coach Harville. With a score, 24 for Ava, 21 for Salem. Let's take a 30-second break and come back. Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Call Joe Brand in Salem at 729-3831.
Back to play. Salem Tigers get the serve across. Howard setting it up at the net. Blocked down, pushed back. Hahn has it there. Now to Hollis, just pushing it over. It's Croston. It's back set it for Valbuzzi, and she gets the kill, and Ava wins their third set by a score of 25-21. So we have got a dandy matchup here between two SCA rivals, Salem and Ava. Ava wins it 25-21 over Salem. They lead this match 2-1, and we'll come back in 2 minutes with game 4. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Want to change a life in just 1 hour a week? Thanks to the opioid settlement funds through Healthy Dent County, the Mentoring Makes a Difference program is here, connecting caring adults with local students. 1 hour of your time can make a lasting difference. Join us today and become a mentor. Contact liberty@salemcommunitycenter.org or call 573-729-8163. Mentoring makes a difference. 1 hour, one child, one big impact.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Hi, I'm Susie Cahill, Director of Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. Are you looking for a place to begin your journey to better health? Come inside. Never in my life have I been in another atmosphere where everyone was so friendly and eager to help others. It's not just the staff, it's the members. They're so passionate about what they do and so excited to help you. If you're ready to begin your journey to better health, come by and see us.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Welcome back for the fourth set of this best of five. Always want to thank our great sponsors like Quick Tan and More 24-hour tanning, where they have one stand-up bed and 6 other tanning beds for your tanning pleasure. 405 North Main Street in Salem, 573-453-8024. And this fourth set is brought to you as a courtesy of your friends at Farm Bureau Insurance, Willie Strader agent, for all of life's happenings, like when you finally purchase your first home or car. Call Willie, he'll make sure you have the right coverage. Willie Strader and Farm Bureau. Ava with a 2-1 lead. They get the ball to start. It'll be McDonald to serve. McDonald's first service comes to White, pushes it high in the air to Howard, who back sets it for Hollis for the kill. Played up nicely by Fortner to the net and pushed over by Dubrovitz. There is Stewart to Howard. They set it for Hahn for the kill. Played there by Fortner to the net. Going for that kill, Dubrovitz, but there's the Tigers' Hollis. Howard in the middle of the floor to Hahn, just pushed it over. Now here's McDonald setting in for Croston for the kill. Partially blocked. Played there by Josie Howard. Now to Stewart, and Abriana Hahn plays it deep and off the hand of Fortner and in. Diving effort by Abby Fortner. The Tigers get the point and they lead it 1-0. Addie Fulton back to serve. Fulton's serve is a hard serve, played there by Dubrovitz to the net. Tipped down by Walters, but kept alive and pushed over by Ava. Now Hollis pushing it back and bumping it over Stewart. McDonald puts it up high, comes down to Fortner, and they play it over to Croston, who plays it deep. Riley Croston went a little too deep, going for that back line, missed it by about 1.5 feet. And Salem has a 2-0 lead here in the fourth set. Addison Fulton's service comes down off the fingertips of Kuntz. Back to Dubrovitz, trying to dink it in, and does. Gets it right on the line. Salem went up with a double kill. Dubrovitz read it, dinked it down the line. The ball came down on the blue line that outlines the court. Point for Ava. And back to serve will be Riley Croston. 1 serving 2. Ball comes across. And there Tigers are. And Howard, I don't know what she was doing, tried to pull that one back or what. But she pushed it right in the net. Hollis fielded it, gave it to Howard. I don't know what she was trying to do, really. Looked like she was trying to angle that ball somehow. Ball dug out by Stewart. Howard now to Hollis. Playing it deep in the corner, played there by Fortner to McDonald. High in the air to Honeycutt. Blocked at the net, but goes out of bounds. And it's 2-2. Crossed it again. Service is soft and in the middle. It's an ace. Nobody in the middle for the Salem Tigers. I was just going to comment on that. They have 3 girls deep, 2 girls to the side, nobody even near the middle. And they've been serving soft in that area a lot. This one a little bit harder, played there by White. Now to Howard, setting it there for Walters. The block kill for Dubrovitz. And it's 5-2. Five serving 2, crossed into serve. Another service comes to Hahn, who gets it to Howard. Back setting it for Hahn. That's a kill down the line. Beautifully done by the Tigers there. Three serving 5 early in game 4. Green will check in. Jesse Fulton will check in. Five-point run for Riley Croston. Tigers need to respond here. Green service comes across and pushed to the net for Dubrovitz. Goes for the kill, and she gets it. 6 serving 3 now. So the Tigers get their opportunity to get a service, but they can't block the net. Dubrovitz, a 6-footer. Got that one off the hands of Allie Walters. Service comes across, dug out by the Tigers. Can they get it over? No. Stewart dug it out, but Tigers could not elevate. Coach Sadley calls timeout. 7-3 Ava. Timeout brought to you by your friends at American Family Insurance. Jonas Schaefer, your agent. For good driver discounts or senior discounts or other discounts, call Jonah 573-729-5165. Back in 30 seconds. Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Thanks to our amazing sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these sponsors include Living the Dream Outdoor Properties of Salem. Specialize in all types of outdoor properties. Rocking G Western Trading Post. Visit today for superior service and personalized attention. Thanks to these fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
Welcome back to the Salem High School Gymnasium. Dubrovitz with the serve, comes down to Green and pushed across by Walters. Off the hands of Green, kept alive, and now pushed over by Valbuzzi. Green short setting it for Walters, pushing it deep. There's Croston. And back to Valbuzzi for the dink, but the Tigers are there. Fulton now comes across to Hahn, and she gets the kill off the hands of Samantha Hampton. Point side out, Lady Tigers. Hahn back to serve. 4 serving 7. Game 4. Service back to Ava, and they get the kill on the Valbuzzi kill. Tigers went up with a double block, but got it caught between Fulton and Walters. After Fortner able to push that one up, very quick short set. Give Ava credit, they're playing the net well. Fortner back to serve, a flat-footed serve dug out by Fulton. Now cross, pushed down, but there is Ava right there. Here's Hampton trying to out-battle the Tigers, and a net violation called on Hampton after Jesse Fulton pushed that ball down. Officials blew the whistle on a net violation. 5 serving 8. Service comes across, dug out by Fortner to the net. They set it for Valbuzzi, played there by Green. To the Tigers, Fulton going for the kill, but kept alive, pushed over by McDonald. Here's Green, pushing it high and near to Fulton, playing it deep, but Fortner's there. To McDonald, all the way across to Hampton at the net. She can't play it over. Kind of a bad pass by McDonald there, too close to the net. Hampton couldn't get there. 6 serving 8. Alexis White to serve. Service down the side, played there by Abby Fortner, and it comes across to Hampton. She plays it right in the net. I should say that's Kendall Fortner that played that one, excuse me. 7 serving 8. Salem trying to climb back in this one. They trail it 2-1 in the best of 5. Service comes down to Croston. To McDonald, setting it there for Valbuzzi. Partially blocked. Hahn keeps it alive to Green. Now comes across to Taylor Fulton. They play it to the net again for Valbuzzi. Played there high off the ceiling by Green, and White can't get there. Point side out for Ava. McKenna Kuntz with the serve. Down to Taylor Fulton. Back setting it shortly and pushing across to Addie Fulton. Now he pushes it back across. Taylor now to Green, over to Jesse Fulton for the kill. She's got it off Kuntz. Point side out, Lady Tigers. I like to see Salem get on a run here where they get a little confidence on the floor. Eight serving 9. Josie Howard serves that one off the top of the net. Played there by Fortner. Now comes across to Croston, but it's blocked out of the net. Tigers have it. White playing it there for Hollis down the sideline. Played there by Kuntz, over to McDonald. Back to Kuntz, plays it across. There is Howard. Now over to White, now to Hollis. Plays it softly across the net. Short set for Valbuzzi, partially blocked, and it's going to be a point. As Hahn, that ball was tipped as the block was trying to be made, and then Abriana started to go up with the ball, but it was softer than she thought, and she was actually on her way down when the ball got to her. Point side out for Ava. Valbuzzi back to serve, and a rotation violation called on Salem. Just some mistakes being made here by the Lady Tigers. Unforced errors. And now to serve Valbuzzi. Off the net. Nice play by White. Howard back setting it for Fulton for the kill, but right in the hands of Valbuzzi. They set it for Dubrovitz in the net. The block kill by Addie Fulton. Point side out for Lady Tigers. 9 serving 11. Taylor Fulton back to serve. Taylor's service comes straight down to Kuntz. They play it to the net for Croston. Playing it deep. White over to Howard, and it's going to go into the stands. Maybe, no. Hahn gave it her best shot. Point side out to Ava. Claire McDonald back to serve. She is their setter. And she's done a pretty yeoman's job tonight for Ava. Here's Howard. Short setting it for Addison Fulton, but played nicely by Kuntz. Now Dubrovitz lost it high in the air, played to the net. Howard pushing it deep, but there is Fortner. Play it back across to Croston, off the fingertips and in. And Ava has a 13-9 lead. McDonald with another service. That's one down the sideline. Played there by Hahn. To Howard. Short set for Fulton. She gets the kill off the attempted block by Dubrovitz. Point side out, Lady Tigers. Ava with a 13-10 lead. We're in the 4th set of the best of 5. Ava with a 2-1 lead. SCA conference matchup. Fulton's service plays back to the net. Comes pushed back by McDonald to Honeycutt, and she goes deep. Greta Honeycutt, just a sophomore. And a point for the Lady Tigers. They need a 6 or 7 point run. Haven't had one since game 2. Fulton with another service played there by Fortner. To the middle of the floor to McDonald, now to Dubrovitz. Played up high by Tigers Fulton. And Hollis will just bump it across. Kuntz in the middle of the floor to McDonald, now to Croston, pushing it over. Tigers, Hahn to Howard, back setting it for Hollis for the kill, but they're played back there by Fortner. They push it back to Croston, going for the kill. Partially blocked at the net. Tigers pass it back across to Hahn for that kill, and they're gonna get it. Ball was tipped at the net, and Fortner made a heck of a job, Abby did, to go down and get that elevated so they had a chance. And that brings Salem within one, and a timeout call by Coach Harville of the Ava Bears. 13-12 Ava on top. Do want to thank our friends at Living the Dream Outdoor Properties for being a proud supporter of Salem Tigers. Call Jenna Deason at 573-247-0521. She's the land specialist in farming, hunting, and recreational outdoor properties. Get in touch with Living the Dream Outdoors at 573-247-0521. We're going to keep it here. I do want to remind you the Salem football Tigers take on Thayer tomorrow night at the Bill Schuchart Stadium here in Salem. That game will get underway at 7. We'll have that game on KSMO Media beginning at 6:35 with Tiger Talk and Coach Neil Myers. Game 1 went to Ava 25-23. Salem came back to win game 2 25-21. Game 3 went to Ava 25-21. All these games have been tight. And right now it's a 13-12 Ava lead. Salem is serving. As will serve up, comes to Fortner, bumped over by McDonald. Stewart to Howard, over to Walters, partially blocked at the net, comes down, pushed over. There's Howard to Hollis, pushing it across to Hahn, down the sideline and in. It's tied 13-all. Addison Fulton with the serve. Tied 13-13 in the fourth set. That service is hard, and it's going to be a nice play by Dubrovas to keep it alive. Stewart dives to Howard. Back to Hahn for a kill. Yes, it's good. She caught Abby Fortner leaning toward the sideline, as though that's where she has put 3 in a row, and this time she put it in the middle. And Abby started leaning toward the sideline, but the ball went right over her left shoulder, and the Lady Tigers have the lead. That one comes down, played there by Dubrovitz. Over to Fortner, pushing it down to Honeycutt. Push it across and out of bounds. And the Salem Tigers are going on a 5-point run. (15 serving 13). The service comes down. That's an ace off the hands of Dubrovitz. That ball looked like it was spinning to the right by Addison Fulton. Dubrovitz tried to chase it down, could not. That's Andy Fulton's first ace of the night. 16 serving 13. Addison's next service. It's deep and played there by Kuntz. Another ace. Back-to-back aces by the Tigers. Six straight service points by Addison Fulton. 17 serving 13. That one is too deep, just a bit. They let it go, and a point side out for the Lady Tigers, but a 6-point service for Addie Fulton. Went from a 13-11 game to 17-13. Now Crofton with a service. Comes down to Stewart, pushing it to Howard in the middle of the net. Now to Walters, and she dinks it in. Allison Walters with her first kill. She had 4 back in the second set. And Lady Tigers get the point and side out. Green will come in. And Hollis will check out. Jesse Fulton back in. That service comes down, and that's going to be another ace. That one for Green. It's 19 serving 14. Ava with some uncharacteristic mistakes. Another one off the netting, and that's going to be played nicely by Honeycutt, and she's going to get the point. I think Salem relaxed a little bit when the dive was made just for a moment, and Honeycutt caught him just flat-footed and pushed that right in the middle of the floor on a great save by Dubrovitz. 15 serving 19. This is the game 4. Comes to Stewart. Now over to Green. At the net, setting it and tipping it down, but keeping it alive is McDonald. Now to Dubrovitz. Back to White. Green at the net. Taking it across is Hahn, and she gets the kill. Looked like Ava was setting up for Walters, and then Hahn came in on the backside, just dinked it over. 20 serving 15 as Abriana goes back to serve. That service is deep, played up by Fortner. Now to McDonald, to Valbuzzi, pushing it across. White to Green, sets it up on the left side. Trying to dink it in is Fulton, but it's kept out by Valbuzzi, and then she plays it out. Point for the Lady Tigers, 21-15, and Coach Harville will call timeout. With the score, the Salem Tigers 21 and the Ava Lady Bears 15. Let's take a 30-second break. The break brought to you by your friends at American Family Insurance. Jonas Schaefer, your agent, 729-5165. Back in 30 seconds, Tiger Volleyball at KSMO Media.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
21 serving 15. This is the fourth set. Abriana Hahn with a soft serve. Dug out nicely, though, by Fortner. Kept alive by Green. White to the net. Pushed into the net by Taylor Fulton. Pass is very close to the official, and it's been tough for Taylor to get that one up without hitting the antenna. Point side out for Ava, 16 serving 21. As it is, Kendall Fortner to serve. That's going to be dug out nicely by the Tigers. Can they keep it alive? Yes, they can, and get the point on the kill by Allison Walters. Nicely done at the corner in front of the scorer's table. Green kept it alive, and Walters came across and just whacked it deep, and it went off of Fortner's hands, and the Tigers get the point, and side out, no go to serve. Alexis White, 22 serving 16. Fortner digs it out to McDonald, setting it there for Hampton, playing it back to Hahn. Green for Taylor Fulton, and that goes off the top of the net, off the head of Croston. I thought it was going to go over, and I would have counted, but the kill for Taylor Fulton. 23 serving 16. This is the fourth set. Soft serve comes down to Croston to McDonald, across to Hampton, going in the corner, but that misses. No, that point Salem. That ball was out by a foot, and the head official said no. The line official at the floor said yes. She said no. Game point for Salem. White service is deep. Played there by Fortner up to McDonald. In the middle to Fortner to Valbuzzi. Played there by Hahn in the middle. Now to Green. Now to Taylor Fulton, and she fanned on it. And into the net it goes. Point side out to the Bears. Got that off the side of her hand. And it just went straight down. McKenna Kuntz to serve. Comes back to Hahn, pushing it to Green. Setting it at the net, tipping it down, and in is Andy Fulton for the kill. That sends us to game 5 as Salem wins game 4, 25-17. We'll take a 2-minute break. No, we won't take a 2-minute break. We'll just keep it right here. Want to tell you about discount bins at 1201 Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem, a proud supporter of your Lady Tigers. Call 573-543-2113. They have an incredible treasure hunt of unbeatable deals. You definitely want to check it out. 1201 Scenic Rivers Boulevard East. That's discount bins. Also, your friends at Rocking G Western and Trading Post. For all your Western apparel, boots, decor, and more, see them at 3629 North Highway 19 in Salem. You can also call 247 and 5000. They're locally owned, Rock and G Western and Trading Post. And your friends at Technology Junkyard are proud to support your Salem Tigers. Talk with Chris about repair service for your TV or computer, or check out the items that he has available for sale, like refurbished monitors. Very, very good quality monitors at a very low price. See him at Technology Junkyard, 37228 Highway 72 in Salem. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6. Call Chris at 573-453-0418. Well, we're getting ready for the Game 5, the deciding Game 5. Now, this will only go to 15 points, so you don't have time to fall behind early in this one, as every point matters in this fifth and deciding game. We have had a dandy matchup tonight between us two SCA teams. Both of them coming in with 4 wins on the season. Salem 4-8 and 4-5-1 for the Ava Lady Bears. Remember, Salem will be in the Kabul Invitational Tournament on Saturday, so they'll come right off of this, get 1 day off, and they'll be right back at it on Saturday at the Kabul Invitational Tournament. All right, getting ready to start this one. Of course, this fifth and deciding game. Beginning of this match brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Willie Strader. Remember, if you need auto, home, life, umbrella, car, barn, boat insurance, get in touch with Willie. They have you covered. 573-729-4941 or 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. What a matchup. Been a good match. Each team making probably more than their fair share of mistakes, but both are younger teams. This one, though, they have 4 seniors on Ava. Salem Tigers, I believe, have 5. But still, a very young squad that gets interspersed with those seniors. And they're trying to get a nice mesh together and cohesiveness. Salem will serve. Addie Fulton gets the honors. This is Game 5, the deciding game of this best-of-5 matchup. The service comes down, dug out to the net. Put up there for Dubrovitz, but there is the Tigers. Howard back setting it for Hollis for the kill, but there's Fortner to McDonald to Dubrovitz, and she'll dink it in. Dubrovitz didn't want to try for the kill. She just wanted to try for the dink. She got it to go. 1-0 Ava. Point side out goes to the Bears. And Croston will serve. Service goes to Stewart. To Howard, right side to Hollis, playing down the right side, back to Fortner. They quick set it for Hampton, playing it deep. Played there by White. Now to Howard, and goes to Hahn. Hahn just takes it down the sideline, dug out by Fortner. Quick set for Dubrovitz, and that one is out. Dubrovitz just tried to loft it down the right sideline. It just missed by about a foot. Point inside out to the Lady Tigers. 1-1. Game 5. This game again only goes to 15 points, but in volleyball you must win by 2. Audrey Green checks in. Audrey with a couple of aces on the night tonight. Service is deep, played there by Dubrovitz, up to McDonald, to Hampton. Off the hands, dug out nicely by White. Green back sets it for Jessie Fulton. And the point for the Lady Tigers. On the attempted block by Honeycutt and Dubrovitz, Salem gets the point. They went up, blocked it, but it stayed on the Ava Bears side of the net. 2 serving 1. Green's next service off the net. That's a tough play. Nice job by Dubrovitz. Now back to Hampton. Kept alive. Hahn keeps it alive, and Alexis just gets it across. Back to the net. Nice play by McDonald. Now pushing it down, though, for the kill was Hampton. Dug out nicely by Stewart, but she put it back over the net instead of keeping it on the Salem side. And when she did that, Hampton had the easy push down for the kill. 2-2 our score. Side out to Ava. Back to serve is Dubrovitz. That's going to be dug out nicely by White. Pushed across to Walters, who pushes it in. And a point for the Lady Tigers. 3-2 Salem. Also, I believe Sophia Valbuzzi hit the net anyway. So Abriana Hahn will go back to serve. 3 serving 2. Long match here tonight at Salem High School. That service is deep, played by Fortner to McDonald to Verbuzzi. And it'll be on the Salem side, and it's going to be called a caught ball. The block went into the stomach area of the girls, and they'll call it a caught ball when they have to bring it back up. Well, 3-3 our score. Who'd expect anything different? Kendall Fortner back to serve. The freshman serves this one on a knuckleball to Taylor Fulton. Set at the net badly by Green. That ball was way too close to the net and way too close to the antenna. Again, the youngsters got to learn. That was a bad set. 4 serving 3. Short service goes off the head of McDonald and over, but that doesn't count. 4 serving 4 is way too short. Poor McDonald was just standing there, ball went off her head and then went over the net. They don't count that. 4 serving 4. Alexis White to serve. Comes down to Croston. Back to Valbusi, playing it down the middle. Dug out by Hahn. Now to Green and pushed deep down the left corner by Taylor Fulton. They set in the middle for Valbusi for the kill. Kept alive by the Tigers. As here's Green trying to set it up for Taylor Fulton, playing it deep but softly. And McDonald set across for Hampton for that kill. She's got it. And Salem could not get anything set up for a good kill. They were all flat-footed, put back across softly, and Ava got the chance, and they were able to capitalize. Kuntz serves it, played by Green to the net, tipped down and in. Nice job by the Salem Lady Tigers. Ball went right down the sideline on the tip by Taylor Fulton. 5-5 our score. Josie Howard comes in. Howard's service comes to Fortner. To McDonald, now across to Croston. Partially blocked, dug out nicely by Hahn. Now to White, and then White pushes it into the stands on her attempted pass. And that'll belong to Ava Bears. They get the point. Lexus just totally missed that pass. And into the stands it went. Valbusi back to serve. Sophia, 6 serving 5. Comes down to White. Pushing it there to Howard. Setting it there for Fulton. Way too deep. Taylor got a lot behind it, but that ball was way too deep. 7-5 Ava. Valbusi to serve. Salem had a good chance there to keep it tied. Her next service comes down to White. Played straight up in the air now to Howard. Toward the net to Hollis. Played back across into the net, and the Tigers get a point back. Good job by Hollis to drive that one hard into Kendall. As Fortner tried to play it up, got it too low, and they could not elevate it. 6 serving 7, game 5. Taylor Fulton to serve. Service way too deep. Again, Taylor overpowering the ball. Eight, 6. Ava Bears. McDonald back to serve. That service comes across. White to the net. Howard, short set. Pushing it deep was Addison Fulton, but not with any steam on it. That went back to White. To Howard. Pushing it over to Abriana Hahn, who just bump it over. Fortner to McDonald. They short set it for Dubrovich, trying to dink it in, but Stewart digs it out. Nice play. Comes back to Hahn for the kill. She's got it. She's got it. As Honeycutt hit the net anyway, it would have been a net ball. I should say a net violation. 7 serving 8. Addison Fulton to serve. Service down the sideline. Played by Kuntz to the line. Going for the kill was Dubrovich, but the Tigers partially blocking. Comes back to Hahn, and Hahn fans on it. Just trying to dink it over, but Abriana was too far away. And pushed it right in the net. 9 serving 7. Croston serves, and it goes off of Abriana Hahn for an ace. Timeout called by Coach Satterley. With Ava up 10-7, we'll take a 30-second break and come back. Timeout brought to you by American Family Insurance Agent Jonah Schaefer. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
Welcome back, Salem High School Gym, 10-7, Game 5. It's a best of 5, each team with 2 wins. And Crofton with a service. Comes down to Stewart, getting it over to Howard, and bumping it over is Hollis down the sideline but wide. Salem has really made some critical errors in this Game 5. Now a 4-point lead for Ava. Crofton with a service, comes to Stewart. Howard at the net for Walters, going for the kill, but there's Crofton. They put it alive to Dubrovich, trying to dink it in, but Stewart puts it back across. Dubrovich to McDonald at the net. Quick slap for Dubrovich, played back across by Howard, and then Dubrovich pushes it back one more time. Here's White for Howard, for Walters, trying to push it across. Played there to Fortner, all the way across to Honeycutt, pushing it there to Howard on the Salem side. Now a bad set at the net, but it's pushed out of bounds by Honeycutt. A break for the Salem Tigers, as Honeycutt on the bad set pushed it off out of bounds. So a break for Salem on the miscue by Honeycutt. Game of errors. The winner makes the fewest wins. Dubrovich to the net. McDonald setting it for Hampton for that kill. Played there by White across. Comes down, blocked back down, and out of bounds it goes off Dubrovich. Nice job by Walters to block it, and then Dubrovich reacting, tried to push it across, and it went out of bounds. Point for the Lady Tigers is Green. 9 serving 11. Game 5. That service comes down, played by 2 Lady Bears. Come across to Hampton for the kill. Nicely dug out by Stewart. Push back, Hahn playing it deep, too deep. Abriana a little too strong. She had the room, but then put it a little bit too deep. 12-9 Ava. Dubrovich back to serve. Remember, this game goes to 15. Dubrovich service comes down, played by Stewart. Over to Green, and now to Abriana Hahn, pushing it down off the hands of Hampton. McDonald sets it for Dubrovich, who pushes it deep. Played there by Stewart to the net. Green back setting it badly. Bad pass right into the crux of the net and also the support. No chance for the Tigers to play it. Now they trail it by 4, 13-9, and Coach Sadley burns yet another timeout. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. Timeout brought to you by American Family Insurance. It's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Dubrovich to serve. Salem has it to the net. Walters going for the kill, but played there by Ava. Comes down to Verbrosi. Blocked down by Walters. They dink it across. Played there by Hahn. They quick set it back for Hahn, trying to dink it over. But back there's Ava, and then pushed backwards out of bounds by Hampton. And the point goes to Lady Tigers. 10 serving 13. Salem needs a run here. Not enough time to keep switching points. Abriana Hahn with a service comes down. Quick set for Verbuzzi. She grabbed it. That's a point for the Salem Tigers. Verbuzzi got that right in her palm. Called a caught ball. 11 serving 13. That's one. Brianna Hahn. That serve is under the net. And Ava 1 point away from taking this first conference matchup. Their freshman will go back. Kendall Fortner, 14 serving 11. Service comes down, played there by Fulton. To Green, setting it for Fulton, playing it way too deep and out of bounds. And the Salem Tigers will lose it to Ava, 15-11. As the Tigers got too strong in that fifth game and had too many go out of bounds. As they really did play an outstanding matchup, though, all night long against the Ava Lady Bears. But unfortunately, Salem comes out on the short end in five sets. Ava won set one, 25-23. Salem came back to win the second set, 25-21. Ava took the third set, 25-21. Salem won the fourth one, 25-17. Ava then 11-15. They won that game in game 5. Win this series up. They're now 5-5-1 on the year, 1-0 in the SCA. Salem Tigers fall to 4-9 on the season and 0-1 in the SCA. Earlier tonight, JV did win their match 25-8 and 25-15. And the freshman match, each team won one game. All right, we're going to take a 2.5-minute break and come back and wrap this one up as we have our post-game show brought to you by United Country Salem Realty. Coming up next, it's Tiger Volleyball on KSMO Media.
It's only because of our sponsors we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these great sponsors include Legends Automotive LLC, Salem License Bureau, Fly & W Boutique, the City of Salem, Salem Farm Equipment, VIP Properties, as well as Quick Tan and more. Be sure to thank these sponsors the next time you see them. It's only because of them we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
Don't wait any longer for great dental care. Four Rivers Community Health Center specializes in helping individuals and families with Medicaid insurance. Need help applying for Medicaid? We have community health workers and navigators to make the process easy. Even if it's been years since you last visited the dentist, we can help. Our comfortable office, compassionate team, and minimally invasive treatments will help you feel completely at ease. Four Rivers Community Health Center. Your community, your health.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield, we're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Brian Martin in Salem.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529. With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Well, the Salem Tigers fall to Ava in the best of 5, 3 sets to 2. It was a very, very tough matchup. Salem Tigers seemed to play very, very good and many times in the matchup, and then had a couple of, you just say, kind of where the air came out of the bag and they just couldn't find the rhythm. It was just difficult sometimes with the mistakes that were made that the Tigers didn't get them. Maybe I should be so critical. They didn't make them early enough in the game, and it seemed like they had Ava on the run, especially in that second game, and they kind of let them back in. And then the Tigers really struggled in game 3, and Ava took that one. But Salem battled back in that one as well. So there are just moments that Lady Tigers looked extraordinarily good. And there's other times that they just had, I don't want to say lackadaisical play, but just uninspired play maybe at the moment. But again, that's just from the perception of looking at it from a distance. Don't really know what's going on the floor. It just didn't look like there was a lot of emotion on the floor at the time. But nonetheless, Tigers battled back, won game 4, and did so convincingly, and looked like they may do the same thing in the 5th and final game. Unfortunately, a couple of mistakes where the ball was pushed out of bounds a couple of times, and that made the difference in the contest as Tigers could not come back. And it being only a 15-point score in game 5, you just can't get off to a slow start. And they didn't. It was 6-6 at one time in game 5, but then it was a 3-point run made by Ava, and then it got down to a 2-point game again, but then Salem could never get any closer and fell by a final score of 15-11 in game 5. So Salem, again, 4-9 on the year, and they are 0-1 in the SCA. And the Ava Lady Bears are 5-1 on the year, and they're 1-0 in the SCA. So SCA conference game is going to be coming up pretty good. This one was a very good one as Ava won it 3-2 here at the gym. Do want to tell you a little bit about our post-game show brought to you by your friends United Country Salem Realty for sponsoring our volleyball stats for tonight. The broker and owner is Babette Wells. Call 573-729-3148 or stop by 605 South Main Street. Well, obviously a very good night. Addie Fulton had a very good night as far as kills are concerned. She finished with 12 of them on the night. Allison Walters had a fantastic game, too, where she had 5 kills, finished with 8 on the night. Abriana Hahn had 5, 3 for Morgan Hollis, and Taylor Fulton had a good night as well. She recorded 9 kills. Aces, 2 aces in the match, or make that 3 aces in the match for Audrey Green, 3 aces in the match for Josie Howard. The Tigers had a couple of aces from Taylor Fulton and a couple of aces from Addison Fulton, and a single ace from Abriana Hahn and also Addison Stewart. Tigers will be at the Kabul Invitational Tournament. That will be on Saturday, so they'll get a chance to come right back, and that'll be a kind of a long tournament. And then they come right back on Monday, and they'll be at Summersville, and that will start up at 5:30 with the JV matchup, and then the varsity match will follow. The next SCA game will be next Tuesday at Houston, and that'll be again a JV and varsity game there at the Houston High School Gymnasium, and again that will be next Tuesday on the 23rd. So that Lady Tigers this is a very tough stretch of volleyball for them. They just came off the West Plains Showdown, played 3 matches this week. They play more at Kabul on Saturday, and then they come right back on Monday and Tuesday and play, and then they're off until the following Tuesday when the Lady Tigers will be at St. Clair. So they'll get a little bit of a rest in that part. That's about halfway through the season. So that's how fast sometimes the volleyball season can go. But a tough one for the Lady Tigers tonight. Again, they fall to 4-9 on the season. 0-1 in the SCA as they fall to Ava. It took all 5 sets. Ava took game 1, 25-23. Salem game 2, 25-21. Ava responded with an exact 25-21 win over Salem. Salem won that 4th set, 25-17. Then Ava won the final one, 15-11. Earlier tonight, as we mentioned, in case you missed it, JV did win in 2 straight, 25-8 and 25-15. And the freshmen that started things out at 5 o'clock, they were 1-1 with the Ava Lady Bears. All right, our next broadcast tomorrow night when the Salem Tigers take on the Thayer Bobcats at the Salem High School football field and the Bill Schuchart Stadium. We'll be there to bring it to you at 6:35 with Tiger Talk Coach Neil Myers. Game time is 7. Hope you can make it out. Support your Tigers, but if you can't, we're the next best thing, KSMO Media. Don't forget Missouri Tiger football, 6 o'clock on Saturday night. And then we'll have Cardinal baseball, I believe, on a delayed basis after that game with Missouri as they take on South Carolina. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Good effort by the Lady Tigers, but they did fall a little bit short, losing to Ava in 5 sets. And the Tigers will have to regroup and go through that Kabul Invitational Tournament, and hopefully they get a few things that they're going to need to work on, just a little bit more better communication and get a little bit better passing. There's some errant passes that were made, in that, especially in that 4th and 5th game, and I know that Coach Satterley's going to work on that too. So, you know, to give the Lady Tigers credit, they are really battling, and so they're just a hit and a scoop away from being right there on top of the heap. So, keep Satterley, Coach Satterley, doing a good job with Lady Tigers. They just got to learn how to finish, and when they do, they are going to be tough. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, for Ben out at the controls, doing the video work for us at KSMO Media. For Sally back at the controls at the radio station, she's flipping the dials and possibly having a cup of coffee. And for all of us here at KSMO Radio, 1340 AM 95.7. And for those on the KSMO Media side, KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube, we are proud to have you along with us for the ride and hope you enjoyed the contest. Salem loses it to Ava in 5. We hope you enjoyed the contest, and you have a fantastic rest of the night and the weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow night from the high school let's try that again. We'll see you tomorrow night from the high school football field for the Salem versus Thayer game. And you have a great night. Good night from the high school gym.
Thank you for tuning into this broadcast of Salem Tiger Sports. Tonight's game wouldn't be possible without these incredible sponsors: Town and Country Bank, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Town Screen LLC, Taxmasters, Town and Country Insurance, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Joe Brand and Leah Nash, Duncan Family Chiropractic, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, United Country Salem Realty, Stephen Patterson Attorney at Law, American Family Insurance, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Cardi, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center Incorporated, On the Spot Auto Glass, Ozark Overhead Door, Shelter Insurance, Jet Tire and Auto, The Technology Junkyard, Legends Automotive LLC, Salem License Bureau, Prevention Consultants of Missouri, Riverways Federal Credit Union, Discount Bins, Flying W Boutique, Healthy Dent County, the City of Salem, VIP Properties, Salem Farm Equipment, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Quick Tan and more, Four Rivers Community Health Center and Rocking G Western Trading Post. Thank you for watching tonight's game of Salem Lady Tiger Volleyball, right here on KSMO Media.